to go. They were down by 10. Kurt Gidley moves in now to win the game for Newcastle. Gidley strikes the ball. It's coming back. He's kicked Kurt Gidley. They've won the game. You can't believe it. You cannot believe it. Newcastle have stolen the win.
What's up, guys? It's DownUnderThunder here. Welcome to the Novocastrians podcast. Everything Newcastle Knights we talk about. But before I get into the Knights' famous win in Lottoland beating Manly, we did beat the Tigers last week, and I must apologise for forgetting to upload that, so I'll just skip it and go, do you know what? Go right into the Manly game, because it was a historic night. It was the Anzac clash, so lest we forget, pay my respects. I was at the game, and it was a good game, mate. I was losing my shit after the game. I'm sorry, I just couldn't contain myself. If you're one of those Knight supporters, not on the hill, but there's a section of Knight supporters, a big flag, you'll notice it, you can't miss it. If you saw a guy wearing the Anzac jersey, it was probably me. Not a lot of people were wearing their Anzac jerseys, surprisingly. But I was happy with this performance. Without Mitchell Pearce, no one gave us a hope. Manly were having their struggles, but we persevered through it. But this is one thing I've just been not just happy with the achievements that we've made through last year. Not achievements, but the improvements. They're there to see. We have improved, and sides are noticing it, and we are going to make the top 8, I think, this year. That's got to be our goal, to make the top 8. But I'm going to start off this game with it good. Connor Watson scored the first try. From my angle, it looked like he was held up, but he scored the try. This is what I was happy with him. I have not been the biggest fan of his, because he hasn't done anything like good or bad. He did bomb that try, that easy try in the camera game, but he's redeemed himself with a good running try. He ran the ball this week. That's what I'm happy with. He ran the ball, put pressure on Manly. The next try scorer is Slade Griffin, who I've just got high praise for this kid. I could see, once again, I'm going to repeat myself every episode, every time I see Slade Griffin or Kalen Ponga, but I feel like Manly were all over us that game in the second half. They were monstering us through the forwards, and Martin Tarpow was killing us. But Slade Griffin, there was a good line break in the same set, and he scores in the next set. That is awesome. Slade Griffin, I think, underrated buy for us. I think one of those players that's going to be underrated buy for the season, I reckon. Because I think the talk is Kalen Ponga, for sure. But he scored a good try, caught the Manly defender snapping, and once again, I am sorry for that. I zoned out. I zoned out. I zone out a lot in my podcast because, I'm silly, but like I said, Manly were caught sleeping, and Slade Griffin pounced on it. He scored a good try because he had to work hard for this, because he looked very close to held up, and but I was not going to lie, I thought the referees were going to overturn the decision. I thought they're giving it on try on field, but you know how the really referees are, they've been making some bad calls this year, and once again, the game winner was from Nathan Ross. I thought we should have taken the 2, but decided to run the ball, and I was happy with that. I was happy. Next in tackles, this is surprising for the kind of game he had. Daniel Saifidi, 43 tackles. I don't know why he's not starting the game. I just feel like Jackie Lilliman's not really, a bit too neutral at the moment, giving him a bit of penalties, but I just prefer Daniel Saifidi, although he did get sin bin for 10 minutes, which was probably silly from him. Probably the worst thing I've seen from Daniel Saifidi. So, next, one guy is earning his paycheck. It's Aiden Guerra, defensively and critical little plays that kind of spark us in the gear. I've been impressed with him. He's doing his job nicely. Because I wonder how much we offered him again, but because 40 tackles, he's doing a good defensive wise. No one can question his effort in defense, and attack wise, he's doing his job. So, on time, we've got Herman Esse, who had a good solid game. Not his best game. He was tied with Mitchell Barnett for 39 tackles. Barnett had a good game, I think, at least. So we're going to move on to the run meters. Herman Esse, 178 meters for a forward. He is a good little... Another underrated buy. Herman Esse is a talented prop. He's going to be playing for State of Origin. Hopefully he's a New South Welshman, I'm hoping. But what are you going to do? So, hats off to Herman Esse and the Ross dog. 134 meters, and surprisingly, Kalen Ponga was not there in first. I want to see the kid get so many run meters in every game, just so I could say it every time on my podcast. but he was third on the list on 131 run meters. He's the talk of the town at the moment. What else can you say about the kid? The problem is, I don't want to put him in Origin 2 yet because he's a Queenslander, and we need something, New South Wales. We need something. Don't put him in just yet because I feel like he's a bit too young. Because he had a bit of the same upbringing Nathan Cleary did. We can't kind of... Well, Jared Mullen had the same thing. Everybody was calling him the next Andrew Johns, but it kind of hurt his career a little bit, but he will be there. He will be an Australian fullback and playing for the State of Origin for the Queenslanders. I hate to admit that, but completion rate wise, it was good. Could have been better. Like, we put pressure on Manly, but some of our fifth kick options were just piss poor. But what are you going to do? So, because 83, I would like to be in the 86%, but then I think like I would have been heaps. I would have given this game an 8 out of 10. Out of all the areas, I gave us a good 7 out of 10, because we did put pressure on Manly. We looked a lot better than other games, even when we lost some games. But I'm going to get to the moments in the game that were good and bad. But first, we're going to start with a Daniel Saifidi. And I've got to clap us Knights. We dug deep, and because Manly were throwing everything at us, the kitchen sink. Martin Tarpow, we'll get to him later. Not later, but in a couple of minutes or seconds actually. But we were 12 men down. We defended Manly for I think half of the second half. Well, half of the second half. But superb job. And I should have said this earlier, but got on to those Knights fans who just showed up to the game all the way from Newcastle. I didn't have to travel far. I finished work at Fairfield. Like, you guys travel from... We got the bus or train, and I saw a couple of people on the bus that I was talking to. Had a nice conversation all the way from Newcastle, traveling all the way to Brookvale, Lottoland. I hate that name, Lottoland. But once again, we're going to move on to the Martin Tarpow versus Herman SASE battle. I'm going to say that Martin Tarpow won the battle, but Herman SASE won the war because, you know what, this kid deserves a lot of props because he put his body in line. He did not stop. He was getting hammered all day from Martin Tarpow. Everyone was noticing it. He was putting his body in the line. He was running at him and he was tackling him. Once again, I've got to give Daniel Saifidi a lot of props. I said it again and I will keep saying it because he's a good forward too. Might as well call us the Brisbane Broncos because we're stealing their players. Hopefully we get Pengai Jr. back. Actually, I don't see that happen because I think he resigned. But and there's something that really agitated us Knight supporters was Sean Kenny-Dow's mistakes. I think Andrew Johns summed him up the best. He's either a Diamonds or a Rock-Supper player. Someone was shot. No, someone wasn't shot in the background. Sorry you heard that. But it's so true. Like, some plays he looks absolutely brilliant, and some plays he just looks downright terrible. It's one of his little mistakes that I don't think he can fix. It's just how he is. And look at that kick from Ponga. I have to play this. I hope you like the Rugby League full background footage because it's not going to happen again because I don't like the game. Don't ask me to play it. I think it's terrible. I'll get back on subject if I can. And I'm going to give props. For the past 2 weeks, Rostock is outperforming himself. He made crucial runs again, like when Manly were terrorising us defensively. We didn't. I don't think we were going to complete our set outside the 40-metre line. We weren't. Then Rostock comes up with an important carry. He takes I think good 15 metres. There's some other players who took some crucial runs, but I think Rostock stood up the most, and Slade Griffin too. But yeah, he was part of my next section, Slade Griffin. So, and here's what I actually want to say about Connor Watson. I've been crucial on him because I haven't seen enough from him. Maybe because of the injury to him, the poor bugger. But he ran the ball. I feel like Jack Coggett also had he had a good game. He's still got lots to learn. Kicking wise, he needs to get better. But some of his bombs mounted some pressure and were good. And our defense was rock solid. 12-18. That's. I didn't think it could have been that score. I tipped Manly to win. I couldn't believe I committed the worst sin in Newcastle history, is tipping Manly to beat us. But I just thought they had the advantage when it comes to the forwards. I just feel like Martin Tarpow was going to have a field day running at Cogger, but credit to the kid, he stood up. And like I said, fifth kick options, they need to improve. I know it's easier said than done without Pearce, but what are you going to do? You have to improve. If you're not completing your sets, we did complete our sets, but we didn't build up any pressure. Oh, wait, did I just say we didn't build up pressure? We did build up pressure, so some of our fifth kick options ruined good sets. We had good sets where we made mids downfield against Manly, which was impressive actually against Manly. So No analysis. I'm gonna have to say just put Kalen Ponga back in goal kicking. I know he had a bad day, but he'll get over it. I still don't think he's a goal kicker. I'm sorry for saying that. He looks more of a replacement. But for my 3-2-1s, actually I'm gonna go Ponga. Of course, Kalen Ponga. He was good. He made crucial runs and set that pass up to Nathan Ross. The Ross dog scores. So second, Slade Griffin, and I actually have a tie for the 1 point. I don't know why I had to give it to Connor Watson and SASA because I think they had jobs to perform and they did it under pressure too. So, and as for the predictions next rounds at South Sydney, I think we can win in our home ground. Why would you tip against us? Down Under Thunder out.